Hi, weirdos, and welcome to the 24th episode of Bum's Corner Coast to Coast.
Woo! 24!
I am your host, Mike Eshelman.
And I'm your host, Tom Arnholt.
And 24 episodes. Now, it's not 2 years because, again, we sort of stagger it with, what are we up to? Like 4 months worth of imperfect recall that we did. So theoretically, we're 28 months into this project.
Right.
Does that sound about right? I want to say it was like January of 2 years ago that we started this thing.
I want to say it was more like March.
Okay.
Or maybe it was January.
Whatever.
Whatever.
You know what? We doubled up a couple months. Like we would get so excited about recording, we would just like cram 2 of them in a month.
That's right.
Yeah, and
we were young and
it's so impulsive.
Oh, it's crazy.
Yeah, so because Tom and I love doing this every month, but also love making new things, we're also going to add another title to the stable.
Yes.
Sort of, again, looking back at our youth, but not through that depressing tint that we have in Imperfect Recall, but more just looking back nostalgically at movies and TV shows and albums and things that came out when we were younger and how we perceive them now.
Right. The stuff that sort of at the time was very impactful. Does it stand the test of time? Does it hold the same weight, and does it still hit you in the feels like it did back in, your youth?
Yeah. So, and nostalgia is huge right now. It seems like everything in the movie theater is from our youth. It's either a remake or a reimaging of something. The music sort of harkens back to that too. And even TV shows too. Like everything, it seems, is just a regurgitation of our youth, but it kind of makes sense because we're the middle-aged Americans now. The world is shit. So everybody wants that warm security blanket of your childhood wrapped around them.
And corporate wants our disposable income.
And our non-disposable income too. So, and more power to them. So if you have a childhood memory, there's a Funko Pop version of it somewhere.
True.
So be on the lookout for that. It's called Nostalgia Sucks Rocks, because our goal is at the end of each episode to determine, does this piece of media suck or does it rock? Does it still hold up to the way we idolized it when we were teenagers, or were we just morons and it's something terrible now? But until we get there, we have some fascinating articles that Tom has dug up for us.
In the meantime,
erstwhile. So the first one that caught my eye, all I saw was metal spike and prosthetic legs strapped to his head. And I didn't even need to read anymore. I'm like, this needs to be in my life. Highlight, cut, copy, paste.
Amen.
So, and I'm a sucker for a pun in the title of these articles too. So without further ado, armed robbery, my leg. Is it still an armed robbery when the hot item is a leg? That's the question after an Oklahoma man was arrested after allegedly stealing a prosthetic leg during an armed robbery, according to ABC affiliate WLNE.
WLNE.
The Lane. The victim told police that a man later identified as Kevion Hooks approached him with a large metal spike, then took his backpack along with his prosthetic leg. Hooks allegedly asked the victim how much the items were worth as he waved the spike around. When investigators caught up with Hooks, he had the prosthetic leg strapped to his head. Police removed the leg from his head and returned it to its rightful owner. Hooks was arrested for armed robbery. So, again, that's awesome. All of it. All of it.
Yeah. What's his word to you?
And that's what's crazy. I mean, I've never had a prosthetic leg. I don't know how much those things weigh. But if you're robbing somebody, you'd think speed would be one of the things that you're looking for in your escape.
Right.
So,
Don't stop. Hey, you got a receipt for this?
Yeah, exactly. So I understand his risk versus reward. If this is going to slow me down, is it worth some scratch?
Right.
Obviously, the ratio was good enough for Mr. Hooks to say, hell yes, I'm strapping this to my head and making a run for it.
Yeah. Again, great foresight on Kevion Hooks. Listen, I've got my hands are full with other stolen merchandise. I want the leg,
right?
But I'm already encumbered. I'll strap it to my head.
Oh, that's good.
And did you happen to look at the mugshot of Mr.
Oh,
Kevion?
I did. Yes. That was fantastic.
At first, I thought it was the hide your wife, hide your kids. They're raping everybody down here.
Yes. It's like a random image from any Eddie Murphy movie.
That too. I actually was like, oh, Tay.
Yes.
Kind of got a buckwheat thing going on.
Yes.
It's not racist. It's look at the picture.
Oh, yeah. And again, I had to read the article online to make sure that it wasn't just some random image they stuck in there. That's not a mugshot. That's a guy having a fucking great time,
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And can I get some credit for strapping it to my head?
Yes.
My hands were full. Come on.
So,
now.
And again, I hate research, but I love to picture how these things play out. So right. I was picturing all the straps and accoutrements at like the top part of the leg that connect it to your stump. Mm-hmm. Maybe he strapped it around his head so it was pointing straight up in the air.
That's how
like
I
an
picture
appendage.
it.
Yeah.
Like it's like a big leg growing out of the top of his head.
Yes. And just bouncing down the street as he runs away from the scene of the crime.
That's how I pictured it.
It's
because
beautiful.
Really the only other way would be like to have it affixed like a long leg beard.
Yes. Like or if you had it, what are those Star Wars aliens? Like, is it the T'Challa or something like that have like the huge like head appendages that come out? I was sort of picturing it like that too, like hanging off the back of his head.
Oh,
I don't want to get too far into the weeds, but anyways,
like the little pinnacle.
Yeah. Yeah. I think one of them hung out with Jabba the Hutt, and then like in the later.
Yeah, she was the dancer.
Yes, exactly. So I was sort of picturing it like that, just sort of like hanging off the back of his head somehow strapped on. But again, it's lonely here in the afternoon, so I let my mind wander.
Yeah.
But so anyways, from Oklahoma, Tom's going to take us overseas to perhaps my favorite article of the month.
I love this guy. Okay. Mm-hmm. Japanese man gets paid to do absolutely nothing. Call him the Japanese George Costanza. Soji Muramoto has developed a cult following as Japan's do-nothing guy. Dubbed Rental-san, the 38-year-old has spent the last 4 years offering himself as a warm body who can simply be there, liberating his clients from the social expectations of the spoken and unspoken norms of Japanese society, according to The Independent. He's inspired a TV series and 3 books and has become an international celebrity through his viral social media posts. Morimoto's resume includes waiting at the finish line of a marathon for a client who wanted to see a familiar face at the end of the race, sitting with someone while they finished their thesis because they might slack off if they were working alone, and listening to healthcare workers describe the mental health toll of the COVID-19 pandemic. He charges 10,000 yen. That's about $82 per person. Per session, I'm sorry. The lifestyle certainly suits Morimoto, who's not that talkative or expressive, even when he's not working. He wears his signature blue hat and hoodie and a blank stare so that clients can easily recognize him, but will dress up when the situation requires it.
Outstanding.
I found what I'm going to do when I retire.
I'm so jealous. And honestly, I wanted to pick this article for my list, but before I select anything, I go through and make sure I can pronounce all the names. And there's something about Japanese names that I turn into Mojo Jojo whenever I start to read them, and it sounds racist as shit. So, I didn't want to say, call him the Japanese George Costanza. Shoji Morimoto has developed a cult following as Japan's another guy.
Yeah.
So I skipped it. But God, this guy is amazing. Amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about leaning into profiting on doing what you do.
Yeah.
Play to your strengths. Well, I don't do anything.
Yeah.
But I breathe and I'm ambulatory.
I'm willing to do that for $82 an hour too.
I can stand here for free or stand next to you for $82.
Yeah.
Wow.
Let's do some quick math here.
I think
80 times 82. It's $170,560 a year.
If he works every day.
That's assuming an 8-hour day.
Mm-hmm.
Now, granted, you're a contractor, so you'd have to take care of your own insurance and benefits and whatnot. But still, that's a healthy chunk of change for just literally doing nothing.
Yeah. And then you have to establish, a radius of how far you can go, because then, you've got, mileage you can write off.
Yep.
Yeah.
But amazing. And honestly, the Japanese culture sort of lends itself to people just like Mr. Morimoto to fill in the gaps required by all the social structure that they have,
Right.
That's awesome. Yeah. And I can totally see a TV show off of this, just some weird adventures that happen, or sort of like an opposite of Mr. Bean. But 3 books? I mean, what the fuck?
Yeah. I could totally see a TV show on this.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fuck. That's brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
I think we found our next project.
Yes.
Because we need more.
Absolutely. We do need more shit to do. Let's rewrite My God, They're Geese.
Yeah.
But instead of having it be a tongue-in-cheek airplane type story, make it like a gritty reboot.
Oh. Like Rob Zombie's My God, They're Geese.
Ooh, yeah. Like Zack Snyder's 9-hour black and white My God, They're Geese.
My God. Yes.
Right?
Yes. With a 45-minute post-credit scene.
Oh, yes. Yes, I love it. And honestly, if we were still the same age as when you wrote that, we could have Bryan Singer direct it.
Oh, yeah.
And a few of us would come out with terrible PTSD.
Right?
Yeah.
Great stories. And millions from our tell-all.
Right. Yes. Yes.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But anyways, hats off to Mr. Morimoto for easily the greatest idea I've ever come across. In all my life, I've always thought, shit, why didn't I think of that? This is the top right here.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm. I always thought beer taster was my ultimate job, but this is even better.
Up until I heard that they can't swallow it. Or it's frowned on. I heard it was frowned on. Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
Yeah. Well, in the institutional beer tasting, like if you're at a facility, but if you were just like if we could remote work that shit, I'm in.
Right? That would be
Beer
cool.
of the month.
Like to beer taste over Zoom or something.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Like every morning you wake up and there's a 6-pack on your porch, like the old milkman.
Right?
Yeah.
Time to make the donuts.
Theoretically, we could just start a blog where we review beer, but then we'd rely on advertising instead of a steady income from a beer manufacturer.
Yeah, but they'd send us beer.
Yeah.
I'll whore myself for that.
Oh, yeah. That's the birth of the bumscorner.com, man. I'm like, a couple buddies and I are like, we want a bunch of DVDs, but don't want to pay for them. Ta-da! Review site.
Huzzah!
So we could be beer reviewers.
Yeah.
Beer viewers.
Beer bloggers.
Beer blogger.
You'd be like, that's German. And then, here's $1,000.
Yeah, see? Right? It's like, we both really like this beer. Check out this Casper mattress ad.
Chick's gonna try to break an egg on a mattress.
Yep. Be sure to like and subscribe.
Like, follow, subscribe.
Yes. Okay, so speaking of doing nothing. Okay, this one's fun. Parents ordered to pay $30,000 to their son after throwing out his porn collection. Hey, parents, if you're thinking about pitching your child's porn collection, think again. One nuclear family went up in smoke. I just got that. Fuck it. I read this article like 10 times. Never mind. Okay. After a judge ordered mom and dad to fork over $30,000 to their son because they did just that. MLive reports that 43-year-old David Working sued his folks after they threw away a trove of pornography and array of sex toys. Working moved in with his folks in 2016 following a divorce and asked his parents to send him some of his things after he moved out nearly a year later. But the anticipated 12 or so boxes of X-rated films, magazines, and toys never manifested. He then received an email from his father who wrote, "Frankly, David, I did you a big favor getting rid of all that stuff." Working disagreed and dragged his parents to court, where a judge agreed that he was the victim. On top of the $30,000, the Kalamazoo, Michigan family was also ordered by a U.S. District Judge, Paul Maloney, to cough up an additional $15,000 to pay for their son's attorney fees, meaning they owe their son about $45,000. So how did the judge know the parents threw away a porn collection worth roughly the same as a baseline 2022 Dodge Challenger? Maloney hired an expert, Dr. Victoria Hartman, who tried to ballpark what Working's collection had cost. Working believed his collection was worth $25,000, but wanted the judge to triple the amount for wanton destruction of property. He added that his collection cannot be replaced. However, the judge settled on $30,000 plus legal fees. Holidays at the Workings are sure going to be awkward this year. Fucking nuclear family up in smoke, dude. I kid you not. I've read this like 12 times. And I guess I never read it out loud. That's fucking terrible.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Boo to you, MLive.
Live.
But again, I love this article. It has, like family friction.
Mm-hmm.
It has, I'm assuming, a neckbeard with a dozen boxes of porn in his parents' house. That's great.
Right?
Uh-huh.
How did this guy's marriage end?
That is a very good question. I don't know. I mean, can an inflatable doll leave you?
Well, if it's, I don't know, if you over pressurize it, perhaps it will fly away once popped, like in a cartoon.
I guess. Yeah, I went sentient on him. So,
yeah, I'm just not into that anymore.
Yeah. I don't know how to put this gently, but you would not be wasting your time by Googling Dr. Victoria Hartman either.
Yeah, I was actually going to get to that. I'm like,
yeah, she curates a sex museum. She's a sexologist, I think she calls herself, but she is not hurtful on the eyes. And I sat and read her Twitter account for a healthy portion of the day yesterday.
God, fucking Bing. Why does anybody use Bing? Fuck Bing. Sorry.
This episode is brought to you by Microsoft, home of the Bing.
Oh, there goes my connection.
Oh. See what I mean?
Yeah, she's all right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, not a waste of time.
No.
Yeah, right? So...
Yeah. Hats off to you, Dr. Hartman.
No doubt.
Dr. Hartman.
I did not have any problem comprehending 30 grand filling 12 boxes when it includes, X-rated movies and toys and stuff. So that shit adds up quickly.
Oh, right. Well, are these DVDs or these VHS? Because he says it can't be replaced. So I'm assuming like it's VHS type stuff. But
wow.
Has David heard of the internet?
Right? Or I don't know. Maybe he's got some porn of people that went straight, and all of a sudden the DVD values skyrocketed.
Okay, I can see that.
Yeah, like some weird shit by Lou Ferrigno in the 70s or something like that.
Some mint inbox Samantha Fox thing.
Oh yes. So yeah, I don't know. I love any Kramer versus Kramer article of a family member suing another one is always going to hook me. But the fact that this poor guy, he gets divorced, he has to live in his parents' basement for a year, and then his fucking dad pitches his entire porn collection.
Yeah.
That's rough, dude. So I'm glad he got some of it back. But
no, I did you a favor,
right? And okay, let's. Did his dad actually throw out 100% of it?
Oh hell no!
Now I'd assume anything physical, yes, would get pitched. Can you reuse a movie or a magazine? Fuck yes. Is he going to, there's not enough alcohol in your house to, repurpose your son's anal beads.
Yeah. Anything that requires insertion? Nope. Garbage.
Right.
Anything bulbous or slotted? Nope. Out.
Bulbous or slotted. Wow, yeah, that covers the gambit. Way to go. It's anything that requires batteries too. You might as well pitch that. But 12 boxes, did his dad go through everything that he left in the house? Like,
right,
were there
garbage? Got it. Seen it. Got it. Seen it.
Or did this dumbass like have sweatshirts, kitchen stuff, dildos,
Right?
yeah. Butt stuff,
Butt stuff. A big box full of butt stuff.
boxes of butt stuff.
Own that, man.
Yeah. I don't know. I just, again, I'm a sucker for these stories. I love his comeuppance. And yes, as cheesy as it is, the article did bring up a good point that there's never going to be a normal holiday at that house ever again.
No.
I mean,
that's
even
always going to be awkward.
Above and beyond throwing it away, just the fact that your parents have to acknowledge that you own that much stuff, accoutrement, that I don't know if you could ever look them in the eye again, you know?
Yeah, that would be...
Like, yes, I have an inflatable kangaroo, and the area around the asshole is worn down, threadbare.
Threadbare. Yes.
Do you want me to bring anything to Thanksgiving?
Yes, I could pick up the rolls.
Interesting, that's what you picked, Tom. Interesting.
On purpose. On purpose.
I love it. That's a callback to many, many episodes ago.
Are you there?
Are you there, Ralphie?
It's funny. Yeah, this is... I feel for the dude. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking fork over the money.
Yeah.
Because what's the difference? It's still personal property. I mean, really, in the eyes of the law, all joking aside,
right?
Had this been a CD collection or, fucking Hummel figures, it doesn't fucking matter.
Right.
It was his property.
Yep.
It has a value attached to it. And it was wantonly destroyed or discarded, by the defendants. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. And, I mean, kudos to this guy to be willing to make a list of all the shit that got thrown away as a public record.
Right?
Yeah. That's amazing.
Perv
yeah.
Of $14,519.82.
Yes. I mean, I honestly, if I had to publicize my boxes o' kink, I'm afraid I would take the loss.
Yeah. Well, there's a break even. I mean, is it $500? That's worth the public shame, I guess. But 14 grand, which actually netted him 45.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just,
But the thing is, kudos to this dude too, because it's like, yeah, we're all fucking freaks,
right? But
everyone got their kink.
But he listed it in court. You're not only opening the kimono, I mean, you're wiping your ass on it at that point. Yes, we all have a freaky side. And would it please the court that I may read everything that I have bought over the past 20 years and show it to you?
Mm-hmm.
And have this sexy, sexy doctor put a value on it.
Yep. The defense does not rest.
Oh, well played. Well played.
Good one. I would like to offer a motion.
Wow. You've been sitting on all of these this entire time, man. You should have led with those.
I, at one point in time, contemplated being pre-law.
Huh. Oh, fuck. Okay, so you're taking us the Orlando story. Did you watch this footage?
Absolutely.
Fucking A. It was so bad.
Chelsea, you need to stop.
Oh God, it was terrible.
Wow.
Okay, just rip off the Band-Aid, man.
All right. Police officer on bike chases drunken woman on motorized suitcase at Orlando airport. A drunken passenger who was barred from boarding an airplane at Orlando International Airport rode away from the gate atop a motorized suitcase with a police officer on a bicycle in hot pursuit. The incident, captured on the officer's body cam, shows Chelsea Alston, age 32, after being denied entry to her flight due to her inebriated state. The cop politely asks her to leave the gate and return to the terminal, but instead, she fires off a barrage of obscenities at him before riding away while sitting atop her suitcase, leading to a crazy, low-speed chase through the terminal. The patient cop repeatedly tries to persuade her to leave the terminal until he finally has no choice but to arrest her. Alston resists, fighting with the cop and spitting at him. She was later accused of battering the police officer and causing more than $1,000 in damage to his patrol car. According to records obtained by WKNJ, if convicted, Alston faces up to 5 years in prison for each offense.
To that cop's credit, that was the most patient person I have ever seen.
Right?
Yes.
And it's unfortunate they don't list the officer's name here, because really to watch the video, and it's like 10 minutes long.
Yeah.
10 minutes of like body cam footage of this guy like essentially pleading with this woman. Come on, stop hitting me.
Yep.
Don't spit at me. Don't spit. Stop spitting.
Yeah.
Okay. Stop hitting me. Stop. Chelsea, come on.
Right?
Come on, Chelsea. Chelsea, come on. I mean, it was like, I don't, was he her like ex-boyfriend? Because like, the dude showed an absurd amount of restraint and compassion. And honestly, maybe that's just my jaded eyes at this point in time in our history, that an officer of the law would be so compassionate. Yes, they should be this compassionate.
Yes,
however,
this should be the norm. You know?
Yeah, I don't know, man. This dude went above and beyond. Kudos to him. But there was one there should be compassion.
Yeah.
Not wrong.
I loved the part where she was a little bit further away from him. He was on his bike riding through the terminal. Mm-hmm. And she was like maybe a row over. And every time he would pass somebody, he would just go, I know.
Right?
I know. He's slowly pedaling his way to catch up with her.
Like everybody he passed. Hey, there's a Yep.
Did you know there's a drunk lady over there riding a suitcase?
I didn't even know they had motorized suitcases.
Yeah, it's a thing.
Why?
This may come as a shock, but Americans are lazy. Like, we're now aspiring to reach the level of energy of the humans in Wall-E.
That was my first thought when I saw that movie. Was
like, we passed that years ago.
People are going to look at this and go, that's it. That's the shit I want. That's success. That is living.
They exist. And it's literally so you can just sit on it and zoom around the airport.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I know. Yes, that's where we are as a people. I'm sorry. Well, it's not my fault. Fuck that. Why should I apologize?
Don't be sorry. Join me.
But yeah, I loved the video was great. And yeah, the second the footage started, you could tell she was loaded.
Oh yeah. And it's how many? I don't want to like throw George under the bus, but any drunken thing at an airport, I always think back to the days when, or the times when we had to get George back on an airplane to get back
God.
someplace because after he moved out of state, and it was always like, oh, come on, all right, yeah, we'll take you to the airport. We'd end up in the bar. We get there plenty fucking early.
That was our downfall.
Oh yeah, the fact that we were trying to be responsible fucked us.
Yep.
Yeah, because we're like, oh shit, we got an hour and a half. Well, let's just pop in here and have a drink.
Or 9.
Yeah.
Yep. And I want to say there was at least once, maybe twice, where he was either late or almost late because we just sat at the bar too long, too.
Mm-hmm.
And he'd have to fight to get on the plane.
Yeah. I know at least there's one occasion that I vividly recall.
Yeah.
Like the door was closing and he was like, come on. Yeah.
Yep.
Like, not the door to the gate, like the door to the airplane.
Right, yeah. But honestly, and again, that was 30 years ago. These days, you cannot fuck around like that in an airport.
No.
I mean, you have post 9/11 and post COVID, where honestly, the airline industries are sick of your shit and are not putting up with it anymore. You cannot act like an entitled asshole just because you have a $70 plane ticket.
Yeah.
Straighten up and fly right. That should be United's new logo right there. Straighten up and fly right. So yeah, and again, just from watching this woman, how she interacted with the gate people and the policemen, they had every right to say,
yeah,
you're not getting on this plane. And the lesson here for people that do drink and fly is when they tell you that, fucking go home. Don't start shit with the cops. She ended up with what? $1,000 in damage to his patrol car and up to 5 years per offense.
Yeah.
So if a cop tells you maybe you should leave the terminal, don't spit on him.
Right. But again, if you're in that state, I was thinking, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's tough. I got no defense for.
Yeah, I know. That's not. I am in no place to throw a stone anywhere in this story.
Yeah, because I mean, there's times I've gotten on an airplane and I'm like, "Oh shit, where the fuck am I?"
Yep.
We're now landing. Shit, fuck, where?
Yep. I've clicked many a belt and thought, I can't believe I got away with that.
Mm-hmm. But again, that was years ago,
right?
When you literally could get pushed out of a moving car and into the gate.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep. And because you were white, you could get on the plane with a bunch of weed, and nobody'd look at you twice. But that was a long time ago. It was a different time, but not anymore, man.
Which is interesting because there's exponentially more stress that the population has to deal with, but exponentially more restrictions.
Oh yeah,
that punish people dealing with that stress.
Yep,
and whatever.
Absolutely.
Whether it's an appropriate or inappropriate way is not my call, but
Yep, but. No matter what's happening in your personal life, though, never take it out on the service industry. That's
absolutely
fuck that. They have enough on their plate. They don't need your shit stacked on top of it.
Mm-hmm.
So, Chelsea, I'm sorry you had a bad day, but you're 100% in the wrong here. Mm-hmm. And again, I can't disparage you for your decisions because
been there, done that.
We've been there adjacent. So just fucking go home, sleep it off, and try again tomorrow.
Yeah. And kudos again to the Orlando cop that showed just a Herculean amount of patience.
That guy was amazing. I mean, if and when I get arrested next time, I hope it's by him. You know?
Unfortunately, does it... Trying to see where if they list the guy's name.
I'd buy him a donut.
Right?
Yeah.
They do not. Yeah, the links to a YouTube, then there's no details.
Right.
Thanks, WKMJ. What does it even spell?
The home of the... Yeah.
Oh, it's almost Japanese.
Yeah. WKMG. Mojo Jojo.
I loved Mojo Jojo. Like, those were my favorite Powerpuff Girl episodes.
Oh, he was the fucking best bad guy.
Oh my god. He was awesome.
Talk about multi-layered. That guy.
Totally. Oh my god. Like this, there's a lot more going on behind this fucking cartoon.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
This thing's some Dan Harmon level shit happening.
You know, it takes Marvel a gazillion dollars in 2 decades to flesh out bad guys, but the Powerpuff Girls could do it in like 4 episodes of 22 minutes each, you know?
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, but Mojo Jojo was the best. I mean, talk about depth. That guy had a lot of shit going on. And I just, again, whoever was doing the voice was just, it was so good. It was so fun. Yeah.
I hope
wanted destruction!
Oh. So, I did this, and you thought I was doing this, but I was really doing this, and so you thought this. And that was part of my plan, because my plan was what it is.
The Powerpuff Girls are in such peril.
You are in peril. I have put you in peril. I am the one who has been paralyzed you.
And soon the whole world will know my rage.
The rage that I have for the whole world.
Mojo Jojo.
Not to dwell too much on it, but I mean, like, it's such a parody on the way Japan, you know, the anime world is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Like, let me explain this 3 different ways. It's like, oh my god, I got it the first time, Yoshi.
Oh, so good. And the fact that he was a tiny ass gorilla too. That just makes it so much better.
Yeah.
Brilliant show. Absolutely brilliant show.
So there's your homework, kids. Go dig up copies or episodes of Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, the old ones, not the new series.
I've not seen those.
I
heard they were trying to pull off a reboot live action.
God, I can taste it.
On the CW.
It's fuck.
Yeah, die on the vine.
The angst, get it away. Oh God. Okay, so yeah, now that I've completely made this episode utterly racist by making fun of Japanese people.
No, we're embracing the Japanese people's Japanese society that we were exposed to back in the day.
Oh wow, yeah, nice save. Okay, I'll take it.
Try.
Yeah.
Again, so at one point in time, I did think about it maybe becoming pre-law.
You should have, Tom. You would have been good at it. The pre part, not the law part.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm tracking.
You don't need a criminal attorney. You need a criminal attorney.
I'm your guy.
Oh, classic.
Have you been accused of something? Me too.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, shit. Okay, so in theory, next month we'll be joining you to rip apart part of your childhood and say whether or not we agree with your rose-tinted glasses towards the 70s and 80s.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess until then, keep an open mind. Don't spit on cops. Just quit being an asshole.
Don't be a dick to really anybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a positive thing to end on. Yeah.
Do what you can.
Yeah. Right on. Okay, so I guess we'll see you folks in April then.
You guys take care.
Ciao.